look after her husband, to help him. And then the other two Nakudas, the Rebbe brings, the Nakuda which he brought in the Reiv Hasichas, and that is with regard to the ink, the Indian of making ink. Yeah, if you think about such a thing, it's very difficult. I don't appreciate that. But the Rebbe mentioned this, only Rabbis, the Rebbe mentioned this in the Kuda. Yet, it's, you hear it, yeah, fine, it doesn't make an impression, which I think it should make. The Indian, if one thinks about what's being said, he thinks about the matzah. He said the matzah was such clearly there, because it's all written already from the Rebbe Tzachana herself, wrote concerning this, the difficulties that there were over there. The Gashmias and the Ruchnias are indescribable. They're talking about a place to live, until they found a place to live and they saw the conditions, the miserable conditions of the place, and that being such a place, this is called living. This is just, by any standards, this is something, inuyim, mamash, it's affliction, suffering, to be just push begashmius, to be in such a place. The Ruchnias is not talking about, they're not the Yidden Bechad was Ruchnias, a Golus mamash, like being in prison. This is mamash, when you find yourself, these are older people we're talking about over here. We're not talking about a person who is 25 years old and is going to make and start thinking about how he's going to know what such a person is. I also don't know. But certainly older people are not healthy, not particularly healthy. But what would be there? I mean, most people would just, at best, shrug their shoulders and just grin and bear it, and that's all. They wouldn't expect to do much more than that. It is incredible that you are talking. Her concern of her husband was, whereas the husband wants to write Kedushin Torah. Yanim in his Eifen, and he didn't have paper, so he wrote the Svarim, the few Svarim which he had. He wrote on the margins of those Svarim. But to be able to write on the margins of the Svarim, you need to have ink with which to write. And they said the place where they were, ink, where do you get ink? Because this is not a town or a city where there's stores where you can just go walk in and buy a bottle of ink. We're talking that just didn't exist. So what are you supposed to do? So she learned how to make ink from the herbs which grew there, the plants growing there, how to make ink. Obviously, it's something which she'd never done in her life, obviously. How she ever had an occasion in her life to go and make ink? It's unheard of. I mean, it's go and learn now how to make ink. And all this, why? Just in order that her husband should be able to write his inyanim, etc. And the Rebbe says, as a result of that, because of this, through this Mesiras Nefesh of hers, through this, she put herself into this inyan, and therefore, because of that, the Svarim with the Teras, which her husband wrote in them, came to us as a result of that. Again, there's something I ever mentioned this Pa'omim rabbis many times. Now, it doesn't require explanation. If you think about the circumstances that we're talking about over here, and can bessere Sachen sie nicht gefunden, not that from us, and she understood it's a different attitude in life, a different way of looking at things, and with what she understood in what her husband lives, what he lives, and the Melee and what she lives also. There's a normal, I'm talking using the word normal, but a normal person would never even imagine about such a thing under such circumstances. To go and live in them, this is the thing which bothers you now. You haven't got what to eat, you haven't got what to live, you haven't got a roof over your head properly, that it's miserable, the mosquitoes bite you the whole time, and unbearably hot in the summer and unbearably cold in the winter. And what do you got to worry about? Making ink. In order that you should be able to write this Kedushin with somebody. He won't write this Kedushin on the margins of the Svarim is Vos. If you won't write his Kedushin, what's it will be? What's this? We're talking about what is sitting in some place of Medrash. If I say in Bnei Brak or Yerushalayim somewhere, I think down there in Limud HaTorah, it is sitting down. It took in our place of Favofn of Winkel in every sense of the words, as some which had no shaykhs to the whole Inyan of Limud HaTorah. And he had a few Svarim with him, good, he had a few Svarim with him, good, sit and learn the Svarim. She has with him, and the rest of them know by heart from what he's learned in the past. No, yes, he felt a need to write, and this was the Teva, and she knew what her husband was, that he needs a Mamela. Ashal came, therefore she goes and she puts herself out in a way of Masirah, in order that there should be this, in order he should have this Inyan. I'll call upon him, one assumes the pashtus that if we're looking for Heiros, for this sort of thing, is that the attitude that has to be in a person's life. There are difficulties. We don't have difficulty even remotely approaching the difficulties which they had then. The Gashmias Uvaruchnias, our difficulties, Baruch Hashem, the Eibusha should help, she doesn't have to know about such difficulties. We don't have anything even remotely compared to that. And the opportunities that we have for Limud HaTorah in one oifen or another, learning Torah, etc., are shaloi be'erech, better than more than they were there. And nevertheless, we see that our attitude, our Mesiras Nefesh, to go out of our way, to go and start looking to make ink in order to say that in order they should be able to be the Inyan of writing Kedusha Torah. To us, we're happy with what we have. Not the Alpha Plumber, if there's a Hira. From this, the Hira is that, as I've said many times, you can learn with the Mesiras Nefesh, here with to learn from the Mesiras Nefesh, the Yidden in Ruslan, Bichlal, Mesiras Nefesh, Yidden had in Ruslan for the Inyan of Kiyum HaTorah Mitzvahs. We should learn from that in the Artzis Ha'Elvacham, in those places, in the Western society, where none of these difficulties exist, is Alachas Kama V'Kama. We should learn a Kal V'Chema, Ben B'noishal Kal V'Chema. To learn that the way it should be, the Mesira, the recognition of what really counts, of what is really important in life. From Mamela, the Taka Gashmis is our there has to be a Guf Bari, V'Shalem, etc. And there has to be the Ruchnis. We want everything should be, everything should be in a way which is available and not with it shouldn't need Mesiras Nefesh, but Afal PK, we have to recognize that, well, if there are Yidden who have Mesiras Nefesh, had Mesiras Nefesh, have Mesiras Nefesh, etc., as that gives a Koyach, this is Be'emes gives a Koyach, and Poshet Begashmis, you're aware of the idea. You know there are such Yidden, Megitah Kuktot, you take a look at them and you're made a shemtah. You feel a bit embarrassed. The Mamela says, Ma'era a person, that what, Mimenu Yiru, V'chein Yasu, Rabbi, that is an Inyan you should see and do, Achas Kama V'Kama, it's easy for us. Very easy, if they're therefore, this is an Inyan, which like over there. As a result of what? As a result of that Mesiras Nefesh, not pshat, that it was just there in that mokum, in that place, at that time. And made a fine zach, very good thing. She had Mesiras Nefesh. But as a result of that, ever said time and time again, we have the Svarim now. We can learn the Svarim, etc. The Rebbe was Megali, learning from the Svarim, but it spoke Kapom and Hama hundreds, thousands of times in Yonim from his father's Torah, etc. All of this is in the schus of his mother, the schus of her Mesiras Nefesh, the schus of her attitude, to her realization of the importance of this Inyan. This is an Inyan which has gone after that to thousands of Yidden. The Chaim, they should tell, they say, learn a Kal V'Chema, Kolshkin, a Kal V'Chema, it's not demanded of us any such Inyanim, such Mesiras Nefesh, Begashmis, or even Beruchnias, is Achas Kama V'Kama, that this is for us to take a positive attitude and to realize what is important to Mamela. roll up our sleeves and do a little bit more. Chai.